Hello everybody, I'm Grant Flood from Floodster Sports Zone and welcome back to another YouTube video. And tonight I'll be giving my quarterback stat predictions for the 2021-22 season. In this video, I'm going to do it by divisions, and I'm going to do it in order by divisions where I think the quarterbacks aren't going to change, if that makes sense. So for this video, I'm going to be doing the NFC West because obviously the Rams traded Jared Goff to the Lions for Matthew Stafford, and it definitely looks like Kyler Murray's staying put. I mean, goodness, Kyler Murray's not going to get replaced. And then I know there's a little Jimmy Garoppolo and like a teensy bit Russell Wilson trade rumors, but let's be real. I definitely think Wilson's going to be on the Seahawks next year, and I'd say there's about a 97% chance Garoppolo stays with San Francisco, with the other 3% Garoppolo goes back to the Patriots. But I'm just going to quickly do like a 8-minute video kind of explaining, doing my predictions for the starting quarterbacks' stats for next season. This is before the draft. At least this video is filmed for the draft. Somebody will wait until after, but at least for the NFC West, I mean, I don't know if they're going to draft a receiver in the first round. I'm trying to think. Like, I could definitely see the 49ers wanting to pick another receiver in the first round. I know they drafted Brandon Ayuk last year. I think they could definitely maybe even trade up and go for a big name receiver this year, because other than Kendrick Bourne and a pretty injured Deebo Samuel, they got nothing really. I know they have Travis Benjamin and stuff, but you gotta be doing a little bit better offensively than that, right? And obviously you have George Kittle, who's amazing. I mean, yeah, he's a great tight end, probably the second best in the league in my opinion, but you need to add more to that, right? So I guess we might as well start off with Garoppolo. I think Garoppolo's going to stay pretty much healthy. I do think he will miss a game or two due to injuries. I'm not going to go into Nick Mullins or CJ Beathard's stats, really. But I will say, I think Garoppolo plays 14 games next season. He will throw for, and I'm not going to be giving roughly throw for over 3,000 yards. I'm just going to go with exact numbers, and then maybe we can react to these at the end of the season, see how close I was. First one, I'm going to go with Jimmy Garoppolo. I'd say he's going to throw in 14 games. He'll probably throw for about 3,200 yards. I'll go with 19 passing touchdowns to 12 interceptions, along with 416 rushing yards and 2 rushing touchdowns. That sounds, in a 14-game season, that sounds like a very Jimmy Garoppolo-ish stat line. So, first one's in the books, 31 starting quarterbacks to go. Next, we'll move on to, I guess, Matthew Stafford. Why not? He is obviously with the Rams now, new territory. I would rather, actually, that's a lie. I don't know if I'd rather have Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp instead of Kenny Galladay and Marvin Jones. Well, I'd rather have Cooper Kupp than Marvin Jones. I would rather have Kenny Galladay than Robert Woods, but that's besides the point. For Stafford, we will go with, I think he's going to play all 16 games. Rams' offensive line is pretty solid, so they're going to protect him well. Stafford is kind of injury prone, but not really. Like, I know he was dealing with a nagging injury at the end of last season, but it was pretty minor. Detroit was out of playoff contention anyway, so it didn't really play an outcome on anything. I would say Stafford with the Rams will go for 3,800 yards, 28 passing touchdowns to a mere 9 interceptions. I think he will have I guess we could even do completion ratings as well. For Garoppolo's completion rating, I'll probably say 92.6. And then for Stafford, we'll go with 94.7. Again, just random numbers here, just random predictions. And then I guess for his rushing stats, we'll go with Stafford. He'll probably have about 400 or so, 420 rushing yards and 3 rushing touchdowns. I think that's pretty modest. Matthew Stafford rushing stat line. Next up, I guess we'll do Kyler Murray. For Kyler, think his completion rating will be 91.7 with a touchdown interception ratio of 22 touchdowns to, we'll throw quite a bit of interceptions. I'll say 22 touchdowns to 12 interceptions. I mean, that's not a whole lot, especially since I do think Murray will be playing 16 games. Could be better. I don't know. I'm still kind of skeptical about Kyler Murray. He's definitely the Cardinals' long-term future quarterback. I mean, he's already the fourth best Cardinals quarterback of all time. But I hate to break the news to you, but he pretty much already is in 2 years. But yeah, no, he's gonna have another decent season. I think the Cardinals will finish like 9-7. They'll sneak into the playoffs next year. So yeah, we'll give him that stat line. Not to mention, looks like Larry Fitzgerald hasn't retired yet, so we don't know, but they're still going to have DeAndre Hopkins, Christian Kirk, and Andy Isabella anyway. Dan Arnold's even emerged into a decent tight end, so we'll give Murray the benefit of the doubt. Give him 22 to 12, the touchdown interception ratio for roughly 3,626 yards. And then we'll wrap it up with Russell Wilson. For Wilson, I think the Seahawks will... Listen, I know I might be upset with the offensive line, and I'm totally aware of the whole Chad Wheeler situation, but listen, Russell Wilson's still going to have a fantastic season. I'm going to say 41 touchdowns for Russell Wilson. I guess I'll announce like the league highs and stuff. That will probably be somewhere in like the top 4. I would imagine 41. I mean, God, he might even be second. I don't know about first, but he might even be second or third on that list for sure. But I definitely say for sure finish in the top 4. I'll say 41 touchdowns to, I was about to say 7, but I feel like he would throw more than 7 interceptions. I'll go with, just like Kyler Murray, I'll go with 12 interceptions, but a much better touchdown interception ratio. 4,673 yards. And he will have a completion rating of like 97.3. Rushing stats will also be pretty good. I will say he will rush for about 750 yards for roughly, we'll give him 7 rushing touchdowns on the year. There it is, NFC West quarterback stat predictions. We can look back at this in like 10 months and react and see how good I was, right? Oh boy. This is going to be interesting to see how this video turns out. Good series, though. These are good. Short, quick videos, kind of giving my predictions. I mean, this is coming way out early again. Like, stuff like the AFC East and the NFC East. Like, I'm going to be waiting to do those. I think the ones I'm going to get right at the bat, this is obviously the AFC West. AFC South, I'm going to wait because we don't know what's going on with Watson. We know Wentz, Tannehill, but we don't know about Deshaun Watson. We're assuming the Jaguars pick Trevor Lawrence, but just in case they don't, we got to, wait for that. I think the next division I'm probably going to do would probably be the AFC West, to be real with you, because, like, other than Drew Lock, it seems like every other quarterback is fine. Yeah, even Derek Carr looks like he's going to keep his job. Then probably the NFC North, it looks like that's all right. NFC South, the Saints keep Jameis Winston, then that's going to be pretty much similar. Hey, Bridgewater may leave, we'll see. But again, I think for the majority of these videos, I will be waiting until after the draft. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We can react, we can look back at this, and listen, if I get any of these predictions right, call me a fortune teller. Because again, I'm filming this mid-February of 2021, so if it's right, total shot in the dark, and I will be extremely impressed with myself if I get any of these right. I'm probably going to go 0 for 32 or at least get like 1 or 2 players right. It's like a slim to none chance I'll get them like right on the dot. But if I get them around the, the projected area, then I'll be pretty satisfied. But I'm Grant Flo from Fletcher Sports Zone saying enjoy the rest of your evening.